off. Today is day 350 of the year of streaming and learning to code. We are continuing on still, believe it or not, with this simple calculator. This is kind of version 2 of the JavaScript portion for the calculator that we've been currently working on. We haven't officially started from scratch. It's like 15% of what we had before. We've had to backtrack quite a bit. Today we will be leveraging, let's open this up. Here's the example we're shooting for. And ta-da! So this is what we'd like to have eventually. 12 plus 3, 15. Clear, cool, right? How one would expect a calculator to work. So here is kind of a secondary guide, not the official source code for the example project, but a secondary simplified calculator. I believe it actually has slightly different functionality too, in the sense that it also factors in order of operations and doesn't handle float points all that well, I think. But aside from that, it's got all these handy notes just for Steven, for me, to better understand kind of the core concepts and things that I should keep in mind as I go about building out our calculator. So that's that, because we definitely need all the help we can get. We've been struggling with this project, so time to put this thing to rest. It has not been for a lack of trying. The other alternative, which it did cross my mind, I'm not sure how I feel about it. I think I'd rather just deal with utilizing this secondary guide to make our way through it, but we do have the option of going back to Code Academy, which we will be revisiting Code Academy in the near future, because they did their big summer update. And we will be going through the courses. Let's go back to my... Here we go, my profile. So the courses that no longer have the completed, or if they have a progress bar like JavaScript, those are definitely ones that they have updated, but there are also, I think those are courses that we've kind of opened up and checked the updated content since the summer update. I think we've gone into each of these, for sure JavaScript, and I think HTML. I'm drawing a blank on what projects and when, but we've gone into those. So some of these other ones, if we were to dive into them, they'd probably reset to some degree. Either they would clear the percentage bar entirely, or there'd be some portion completed or whatnot. I'm not sure how much they reset the progress for the majority of the courses they did the updates on. But anyways, so we do have JavaScript that we can use as a refresher course if we're still struggling, even with the guide, to piece together the calculator. That's kind of worst case scenario. Plan C, or Z.2.0. Kind of a last resort. Anyways, back to this. Is there a way to make the window on the left smaller? Do we need all of that? I think not. HTML. Do we need the HTML? This basic calculator. Divs, headers, spans. everything is just a basic button with its value. Now, true, it's laid out in a slightly different format, and then it's got the decimal button. Cool. And then there are the calculator button function pad keys, like clear, divide, multiply. Function pad row, plus and minus. Well, that's cool. It uses different, although I think it's the same. I think the plus symbol and the minus key don't really need the and minus and plus. I'm surprised to see there's the okay, and divide and times. Okay, I didn't notice that. I saw the value. I didn't notice this though. Now, did those have... They do have value plus and value minus. That's an interesting setup, how they have those. So that is something we could consider. And that's the other thing. Even though we're going to be going through this kind of secondary guide as crutches a bit of a overstatement. Maybe it's not. Thinking more of like a guide rope or a tether, if you will. Like if we were scaling the face of a mountain, either going upwards or rappelling down. Just sort of a safety line to guide us on our way. Aside from that, though, even though we may see things like this that are different than our code, we may not implement it exactly the same way. I do believe I'm going to keep just my single div with the whole flock of buttons as one big group without the values. So, like that. Perfect example out of the gates. We're only going to use this as needed. Okay, what else is there? Calculator has precision stuff, so that's all the text. And the noise down there, blah blah blah, list elements, everything closes out nicely. There's also the CSS aspect of this, and to be quite honest, I'm pretty okay with our current calculator, despite its quirky functionality. I am satisfied, at the least, with its current sort of basic, simple structure. In the future, we will be updating it, but in the meantime, just a good generic visualization of what we've got going on. Although, now that I'm looking at it here, the thing we do want to add is actually a second div, I think. Not just total, but the equation log. We may just call it log. Or memory. I wonder what he referred to it as. There's the buttons. Section, number pad, header, the screen log versus screen answer. Answer and log. Total. I like log and total. I can stick with total. Maybe that deserves a screen div, though, to hold the two. No, it's okay. It's okay. We'll live dangerously. So here would be log. Dum 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 dum. Deep 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 deep. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. Still need to see Star Wars. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. I heard Dumbledore dies in this one. ID equals the following log. Dum 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 dum. Okay. That'll be good. Aside from the core functionality and the oh, crap. Wait a second. Wait a second. Calculator face has all of this noise in it. Even this calculator has two rows for its screen for the log and the result. But this one also has 2 rows for the log and the answer. So I'm gonna need to find a way. Right now it is currently just the single row. So I'm gonna need to modify our CSS in some form or fashion. Now, calc face, template rows, 2 rows, 1 FR. What's this oh, 2 FR, 1 FR, up top, 2 and 1 and 1. Okay. Okay. So, maybe it will be half. Yes. Good. The rows are 25% high. And the buttons are 25% high. It's a minor thing, but it will be needed. My concern is total itself. I almost want to add in a separate div entirely. You know, I don't know if we actually need to really... I think we're going to change it to screen. I really do. I think we're going to give this div screen here. I know we need to save our CSS, but let's go ahead and add div screen. Do I need to give it an ID? I really don't think so because we already have these 2 fields in it. It's the same reason why div calculator face doesn't have an ID. It's more of just a general holding area. Okay, okay. We've got that. We've got this. We're pasting. We have screen. Let's save. We refresh here. Save, save, save. I wonder if it will give me the 2 I need or just 1. Refresh. It's still about the same. Maybe it will be okay. You know, we can start to test this. We redid some of the core functionality yesterday as we broke it into these sort of subsections, which I pulled from yesterday. It was essentially, I guess these, so clears the calculator screen and resets the memory. It was utility function. So clear was one of them, but I'd thrown out, I thought it was utility, and it is. It was utility, so we need to add the utility section to our code. We had a screen area or a calculation section. I think we're into the calc territory. The only difference, the main difference that I know, is that we have our event listener and our handle click function at the top of our code right now. So versus towards the end, it's towards the end down here. Not gonna totally change the world, but it's just something I did notice. The goal of this was to do something to go off memory. We tried, although we've been trying for well over a week now, and it's been tragic. So here we are. Guide in hand as we piece this together. So what's going on here? So we've got the function, yes, that encloses the module, learn more important stuff. There's closures, the calculator, math operators, initial memory. So it starts out, this is the initial state of our calculator. I'm actually going to hold off for now, as crazy as that sounds. Note objects, blah, 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 something about Babel. Memory, object.assign. An empty object, comma, initial memory. This represents our calculator screen. It is two methods, clear and update. The screen is also a module which creates a closure. Screen, the function, max character answers. See, I know I should be worried about character limit. Currently not. I should though, but I'm not. That's at the bottom of our to-do list of things to worry about. Log. Document get element by ID is that, so you can just reference it. Okay, versus me always having to do this. I could make this a variable, a thing, and it should be screen now, technically. Actually, no, we've got the two. We have total and log, so I could set up two variables tied to the screen. One would be knowing that it is just log. Kind of want to do just log. I think it will bring... Now, although we're logging... Yeah, we'll keep it as log. We will keep it as log. Save. That is also subject to change for the variable. The fact that it's just an empty array, yeah. We'll get to that. So there's log and there's answer. Both equal those specific things. It'll really just take this, copy. Wow, look at that. So there's this, followed by variable. Like, as I type, reading it is one thing, but I can feel it. It's like it's massaging my mind after struggling with it for so long. Even these basic things. Answer, no, total for our calculator, total. Look at this. Total. How cool is that? So now I can literally just have log.join. Like, that is a thing. Because that's what's gonna happen. That is impressive. This will also be... I don't even know if we need log.push. This is just what we have in the meantime. Save, save, save. We can refresh. Let's also open the console log. View. Developer console log. Well, the JavaScript console. We haven't actually done an explicit console log yet, aside from there. So we are clicking things. Refresh, and one death. Son of a refresh. When I click 1, it's upset with line 107. It's not because we got rid of the array that it was. Fascinating. Okay, so we'll cross that bridge in the future. Do we comment it out for now? I don't think joining is really going to solve anyone's problems, and when we have this, that's just going to be adding 108. Man, Z. No, not Command Z. Command comment. Save, save. Refresh. We really don't even need the function to see this because we're console logging just based off the clicks that we're doing. 1 and 2 and 3. So we have this noise here. True, we're trying to call screen, although for some reason it doesn't like our screen function. But nevertheless, it's still there. Target content. Let's keep perusing the guide, if you will. So that equals that, that equals that. We've got total instead. Update the screen with new data. Aha. Update. We have update, and it was clear and update. So here's update, and clear happens below. So cool. We probably won't need this guy. In fact, let's go ahead and comment it out for now. Just to try and avoid confusion. So, update. You know, I actually want screen as the update. So, instead of calling it update, we're going to call it screen. And down here, we will add a function clear. Okay, there's that, which means we can get rid of this clear. Although we will keep it for utility, which I can't recall what specifically goes into it, except for a bunch of fun stuff and some noise. So we will get to that down here. But first, updatey stuff. Let's see what we are up against regarding the following. So to update the screen, we have function. It receives data. Technically, what do we want to call this? Screen. I guess button, which is the data. So yeah, button. Variable new answer versus new log. So let's get rid of these two. We will call it variable new total equals some stringy goodness followed by variable New log. Yes, yes, good. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Now, when in Rome... I am gonna need all of this, but to what degree am I going to need all of this? If data.answer, so if data, which is the button, well, where are we actually calling? We're passing the parameter data to it, but where does data hail from? I don't see data in here. I don't even see data here. Data isn't referenced in the screen itself. It first appears here. Data.answer. Well, where do we find this elusive data parameter? Perhaps from below. Sub clear. No, doesn't have anything to do with clear. Utility. Log is empty. We've got memory. Now, as a side note, as we quickly change directions, memory is referenced all the way up here. And it's referenced yet again back down here in utility. Memory. Raise your hand if you see data show up. I get the feeling it's down kind of in the related to the event listener. But remember, my spidey senses are just terrible, so I could be hilariously misguided. Damn. Getting closer. Damn. Handle click. E target, current target. Target node. Button, calculator, stop propagation. Button container, add, click stuff. False. You know, for all the event listeners I've had, I always have them as true. I may have had one that was false, but I don't know when or how the right time to determine when to implement false over true or true over false for an event listener. The last previous 7 projects leading up to it, I'm pretty sure I've just used true for each of them. I think there may have been one where I used false, and I was probably following a guide of some sort. Now, we're just gonna do and F data updates the screen with data. Topher via whisper. Are you not reading chat? Is chat... You know what? That would be super sucky. Apparently... Chat hasn't been working. That would explain why yesterday's stream was so needlessly quiet. Chat is super empty on my phone. I've had it open. Same with last night's stream. There was resounding silence, but that's because I figured the the constant calculator noise. Steven losing to the calculator for a week and a half was just crippling for others to watch. Interesting. Well, I do receive whispers, so that's cool. You can even turn sound on for a phone when we get those. I've got chat up, but it's awfully quiet. Must be broken on my end. Alright, alright. Let's do plan 2 where we crack open. Instead of using the Twitch app on our phone, try resetting the Twitch app on your phone. Well, yeah, we can retry. We'll retry that. Okay, back into action. Dum 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 dum. Better? Maybe. Aha! McGreenberg. May want to check chat on Twitch desktop. Yeah, I was gonna say, well, worst case, I could go and do it on my phone as well with lack of dual screen / screen real estate. Making do with what we have. Well, that's good to have you, McGreenberg and Topher. It's Nightbot's revenge. Has Nightbot been giving people shit? Oh my god. Jesus, turn me off. Okay. Topher, that's what you get for banning Nightbot. Greenberg, turn me off. Hey, I'll turn your chat off. Dear God. I'm not gonna be able to get that out of my mind. Okay, we'll reinstate Nightbot eventually. Once we hit the new year, I'm just trying to sail out no major changes until we hit the new year, because I don't even know how I want all the new configurations. As I go to add in games and learning other things, as we dive into other languages and start to figure out our own projects to work on, we'll get there. We'll get there, including further establishing and setting up our own notifications and the sounds for them and all that crap. We've got 15 more days of this ridiculous journey, so we're gonna pull through. We're gonna pull through. Anywho, so, who's on first, right? So screen stuff, logs, right, we were hunting down data. Is it an actual variable, or is it... You know what? I should be looking for when we call. It's not that I'm looking for a variable data. Parameters are different than variables. What I'm looking for is update. When do we call update? And see, look at by including the beginning of the parenthesis. Not that. Bad. See? This finds different updates, like up here. The blue one. See? Update free, but if we add in the first parameter, we can see where it's called and passing stuff to it. Hopefully above or below somewhere else. Aha. Yes, good. So here, function clear, memory object.assign initial memory. We're calling update answer memory.answer will log memory.log. Let's see where else it may show up. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe that's it. Maybe it just takes that little bit of info and throws it up in the screen, and it's either... Aha! Found it. There we go. Anything past that? Nope. Gotcha. Send the output to the screen. I was mainly looking for this so I could test immediately with our current calculator. So, kind of an odd workflow, but this is how we're falling down the path. So screen.update. That's right. Screen is a whole separate beast. In addition to dot update, there's so many parts. So many moving parts to this thing. So I still need to set up the screen aspect of all of this. And screen is its own thing. Which is why answer and update and memory are all its own. Damn. So I'm not going to be able to get away with... No, I can. I can change update. So I will follow a little bit closer to the guide. And then we'll end up setting screen. We'll deal with prepping screen up top. The way we had it up here somewhere. Not calculator, but screen. Yeah. Well, we did have so I'm mixing things. Bad Steven. You're mixing shit around, and that's not right. See this? I was mixing variable log, which is part of screen, which is its own beautiful type function to deal with, and I was smashing together new log. So screen's up here, updates there. My outlook on this is just awful. Oh my god. What is... We should have totally redone the intro to JavaScript course like we were talking about. We'll see how tonight goes. Maybe we will do a hard stop, kind of like we did with Flexbox Froggy and Grid CSS, which definitely did help us on our following projects for CSS layout. And we'd be able to knock through. We wouldn't have to do the one lesson per day for Code Academy. I'm sure we could knock out like the entire intro to JavaScript in probably like maybe 2 to 3 hours, maybe even quicker than that, since we've already done it, just as a refresher course, because clearly I'm struggling with recalling all of this stuff. Anyways, variable screen equals functiony goodness. Function. I know I should deal with the max characters in the history chain, but that's for cool kids, and we're not that cool. We are barely holding on, so that's what we've got for now. And we're going to try and keep as much differences for our own wording as possible, like total and whatnot. Okay. McGrainberg, I don't think that's going to help you much. I would imagine they go over the basics of JavaScript and not how JavaScript interacts with the Web DOM API. It is a good point, and technically that is true and very accurate, but I feel like what I'm missing or forgetting right now is the core essence and functionality of those different fundamentals of JavaScript. And it's frustrating because earlier in the year when I was using it more frequently, right out of Code Academy, I went into Code Wars. And even though I was struggling with Code Wars, that was also kind of due to the instructions. Those were all user-submitted challenges with all the instructions. Sometimes you'd get people who would write great instructions for their challenges, and some would just be kind of hit and miss and sort of unclear. Then you'd have them set up the user tests that you had to compare your solution to, and those weren't always flawless. So I think a lot of the hiccups and headaches that I ran into at Code Wars was that kind of not 100% polished environment to interact with, but I did get better with starting to juggle some of the JavaScript fundamentals right after Code Academy. It wasn't necessarily Code Wars that made me better with JavaScript. It was having a clear understanding of the basics, and it's been a while. And as I was going through this, and then the following day, yesterday, chat was silent. What was it? I was trying to figure out how I had made it so far without setting up functions or objects with key value pairs in the last 7 projects, but somehow I had made it through 7 projects where I never once had to set up key value pairs, and my mindset as I go, each project has evolved on top of each other. But when I got to this one, my mindset, dogs don't meow unless they're sick. Bark. I noticed that I was mainly using only variables and basically if statements with my functions for the past 7 projects. Somehow I managed to avoid objects and for loops, which I was using so much earlier in the beginning of the year. It's crazy. It's me. And all it did was highlight that I need to totally revamp the last 7 projects that I did. It doesn't mean I got away with doing them correctly. I had functioning projects with what I could come up with at the time, but I'm definitely... This calculator has opened my eyes on the fact that I need to revisit those as soon as possible. Also, I guess we wouldn't have our objects set up in a weird function like that. It would be more... Well, it'd start with a variable. Greenberg, interact, but I do think coming to term... I think this calculator, despite the headaches, is a blessing in disguise, as it's a rude awakening as I shake off all the rust and come to terms with all the fundamentals all over again. Ddddd. Damn. Topher. You'd be better served reading the basics of JavaScript on MDN. I should do that. Maybe I'll do a Storytime stream and just read. Can't be any worse than watching me struggle in confusion for 3 hours, so why not read for an hour or two? I was gonna save all the in-depth reading the documentation for the post-year mark. 15, 14 more days from now, 2 weeks. After 300 days, I figured I could just go that much longer and just suffer in the meantime, but I want to understand what's happening, and I can feel the gears grinding. Oh, we'll get there. We will get there. Code Academy is only going to take you so far. That is very true. Are you a cat? What are you doing? Oh, hey, look at you. What are you doing? That was weird. Usually little kitty, you know, we all know she attacks from the bed. And she flanks us from the right and then kind of crawls down into our lap. It's not very graceful, but she just sort of crawled up into our lap from the depths below. Hey there, what are you doing? Good? Yeah, you're good. Okay. Kitty crisis averted. Dum. Code Academy is only going to take you so far. Topher, variable object equals empty. Yeah, that is fairly straightforward. Topher, that's an empty object. Objects are not difficult to understand. True. Variable screen. Function. Emptiness. Yes, it's the... Oh, damn. I looked it up. Was it a day and a half ago? Immediately invoked function something. Son of a bitch. The expression event. I want to put money on expression. Immediately invoked function expression. I got it right. And it does look familiar. Yes. Look at that. See, Topher? It's an immediately invoked function expression assigned to a variable. Ha! Steven learned something. It only took me 300 and something plus days. And it still wasn't that pretty when it finished, but I did a thing, kinda. Nice. Okay, so it is that. That's what we're shooting for here. Sorry for the crazy rant as I'm reflecting on my inability. Good. So that's up here. That's what's going down. So we've got you. As a fun fact, though, here's function in its full glory. Where is the closing? Aha. Wow, JS Fiddle highlights where the things are connected, just like how when you click on next to a thing, it shows its corresponding closing bit. So where is this one? This is a whole... The screen contains a lot of noise, surprisingly. Wow, it goes all the way down here. Oh, that's so interesting. That helps provide so much more perspective. Fascinating. Okay. So variable screen function, this is a much bigger issue. Or area thingy than we realized. Don't mind me, where our face is just hella drippy. Don't mind me. Oh dear God. You monster. Here, I'll spare you. Don't mind me, just trying to breathe. Okay. We're we're alive. Just barely holding on. Operating on half a lung. Topher, that tissue paper sounds like tinfoil. It technically it's a napkin. So yes, I had to make do. There's a lack of tissue within arm's reach. The only soft thing that we could use to blow our nose into that's in arm's reach is Little Kitty, but I'm pretty sure that's against Twitch's terms of service to blow your nose into your cat. So I use the napkin instead. Topher, that must feel terrible on your face. Little Kitty, as I rub my nose into her? No, that feels amazing. That was a joke, because you were talking about the napkin. But yeah, no, the napkins are awful. Napkins are always terrible. I'm not sure what's worse, paper towel or cheap napkins. I think paper towel is worse than napkins because it's so sturdy. Ddddd. what are we looking for? So, okay, does that look familiar? Immediately invoked function expression. It's not anything you haven't seen before. You've been doing it since the first project. That is very true. That is very true. So we have the screen, we have this, and we also need to do the following. We call it again. That's not what we're looking for. We do this, and something. What do we have in there? Or is it merely empty? It is simply empty. Cool. La da 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 dee 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 lum dum da lum dum da lum leap deep dee dee. So you guys get to party inside of the screen. How interesting is that? This calculator's like a Wonderland. I mean, not a great Wonderland, but like a D plus Wonderland. Okay, okay. This would be the equivalent of like the Disneyland parking lot. You don't get to experience all the magic inside the park, but you know you're near something special. That's what this is. This calculator is in that same bin of tiny doses of magic. So cool, cool. Okay. Good, good, good. Magical calculator. Look at that. It's already gone day 350. It's gone from the calculator from hell to the magical calculator. It's all positive. This is good. This is growth. Now, inside of screen, as I come to terms with everything below up until the closing of our IIFE, lives inside the screen, which makes sense because that's how we interact with our calculator. We have the basics, log and answer. We have our function update, new answer and new log at a minimum. We will have the if and stuff afterwards. If and stuff. Yeah, there you go. Just to be really technical. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. Oh my god. I'm telling you, when the historians find this stuff, they're gonna think that it came from one of the ships off Roswell. They're gonna be so confused. If things should happen... Yeah, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. So, if and stuff for update, and we will have our function for clearing. I love how straightforward the clear is. I was avoiding it with all my other calculator stuff beforehand. I thought it was going to be a real pain to do. But no, not to fear. Clear is our friend. Okay, here we go, here we go. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Clear, clear. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. What am I doing? We have a memory. And then update. And then it returns. I don't know if I'm ready to be that guy. Can I ask a question? Object.assign. What's exactly happening here? Like, I can kind of wrap my mind around memory.answer, that, you know, it's a memory, and then you do the dot answer to get the next part and whatnot, and we've got a comma where log will end up being memory.log. Answer will be updated with memory.answer, and log will be updated with memory.log. That makes sense, but the object.assign... I know it functions the same way, but I just can't wrap my mind around the empty object comma, initial memory, which is way up top, right? Initial memory. Oh, it's a blank slate. When you, like an Etch-a-Sketch, if you were to shake a calculator on, although calculators don't shake on, but in this very specific example, with our Etch-a-Sketch calculator, if you were to shake your calculator on, its initial state as it wakes up from the matrix, everything's set to 0. There's no log, and answer is equivalent to 0. You've got a blank screen of nothingness, and the total is that. So that's what's happening when we're invoking the object.assign. It starts off as this initial memory. Aha! I gotcha. Clever. Okay. Look it on up. Wait. What happened to Greenberg? Look it up on MDN. It does a few things. Provide the link to MDN above in the code. His epiphany seems invalid. That's probably true. I'm probably connecting the wrong dots to the wrong thing. We've got a lot of loose ends here that are probably going to be unplugged and retied into other things. So there is the link to MDN somewhere in there, right like so. Note. Look at that. So good. Topher's always planning ahead. Note, object.assign is an ES 2015 specification. It will work on modern browsers, but not all browsers. Looking at you, i.e., without a polyfill or Babel. So since we're rocking Chrome, I think we should be okay. Developer object assign, let's find out. Ddddd. You have questions, little kitty? No? You're good? Yeah, she's good. She's good. Let's continue on. Dum. Deep diddly. Object assign. Method is used to copy the values of all enumerable own properties from one or more source objects to a target object. It will return the target object. Target, sources, target object, source objects. Properties like the target object will be overridden by properties in the sources if they have the same key. Later sources properties will similarly overwrite earlier ones. The object assign method only copies enumerable and own properties from a source object to a target object. It uses get on the source and set on the target. So it will invoke getters and setters. Therefore, it assigns properties versus just copying or defining new properties. This may make it unsuitable for merging new properties into a prototype if the merge source contains getters. If the merge sources contain getters. For copying property definitions, including their enumerability into prototypes, object.getOwnProperty descriptor and object-defined property should be used instead. Both string and symbol properties are copied. In case of an error, for example, if an own property is non-writable, a type error will be raised, and the target object can be changed if any properties are added before error is raised. Note, object assigned does not throw on null or undefined source values. Cloning an object. Object A1. So we've got an object. A value 1. Variable copy. object.assign empty array, comma, object, this, A1, console log, copy, A1. So I guess we're telling it copy is currently an empty array, and it will be equivalent to this value up here, resulting in blah. Right? His epiphany seems invalid. Doesn't it also mutate the target? Topher, of course it does. It assigns properties from source objects to the target. It's generally used to create a shallow copy of an object. It also returns the McGreenberg. It also returns the target object after assign is complete. Topher. So as not to mutate. Okay, so it's generally used to create a shallow copy of an object, so as not to mutate the source object inadvertently. Okay. So that's also kind of similar to, damn, what is it? It's not object. It's just the method. It's assign. It's similar to things like, God, I'm forgetting. There are two there's slice and splice. One of them affects the original, the source. And then the other makes a copy of it and returns what's not there, something like that. So this doesn't affect the original. This is making a shallow copy of it and returning whatever subset or portion is needed. Whatever we're targeting. Cool. Okay. Also returns objects after a sign is complete, not to mutate. McGreenberg, those are array methods. That is a good point. That is true. So this would be for objects. So these are object methods. Have I worked with many object methods before? I'm sure I've encountered a couple. Okay, toString. Well, that's an object toString, because I know I always would end up mixing up earlier the string methods and array methods. And I'd always mix those two up, and I'd never get the correct results I was looking for without lots of trial and error. But I don't recall me having to juggle object methods before. Don't mind me. We're going back under this napkin hell as we deal with our face hole. There we go. Yep, death. Topher, everything in JavaScript is an object. Technically. Okay. Except primitives. Which I vaguely recall being discussed at Code Academy some 300 plus days ago. But, alright. So, what are we looking for? What was happening? Oh, we were coming to terms with what was happening in the code. Right. So, I had this, and then clear calculator function, blah, blah, blah. update the if and stuff. More iffiness. Function. You're really gonna need to. So in addition to setting up object.assign for memory, the empty object, comma, initial memory, we're gonna need to set up initial memory. So we do need to do the following up top with all of this fun. Get rid of calculate. We can even get rid of screen. And I know I probably should just be following all of this, but I think the stumble through method, it's forcing me to tackle these and go, what does this mean at my own terribly slow, inefficient pace. Like learning by what's in arm's reach. This whole year has been one step at a time and evolving by reaching out to whatever is within arm's reach. Definitely not the way I would do it again if I was trying to do a whole year of learning, or if I was trying to become a developer, any specific set goal within a few months. But being the quirky, exploratory journey this was, it's what was needed. We were going to set up calculator, so variable, yet again, calculator. Dum 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 dum. Deep 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 deep. Okay, let's see if I can pull this off. IIFE. We've got a function and crap, I'm already drawing a blank on it. Is that inside? So that's up there. Yeah, where's this one connected to? Oh my god, that's even bigger. That's even outside of the... This one encompasses the screen even. Holy shit. Talk about Inception. Oh my god, wait, where is this even taking us to? Wait a second, wait a second. Maybe I missed it. Maybe it's not as large as I thought it was. That function... that goes to there. But where does it go to? Variable memory... Even my eyes just aren't picking it up. Looking for one light green line out of God knows how many lines of code for a visual cue. Probably not the best plan. Maybe if I... Right, no. Come on. Okay, I was hopeful. Aha! I found it! Goes all the way down to line 257. Wow. So that's really interesting. Is that I mean, it makes sense. Calculator holds screen and everything else is inside a screen. But I'm surprised to see that the handle click is its own separate beast. Aside from the fact that it's in the primary function window, IIFE. But it's outside of the rest of the calculator. I mean, I guess that makes sense. I don't see why it shouldn't be, but... that's kinda cool. Huh. Alright, good times. Topher, accept permit. Topher, it's good that you're asking why use this and what does this mean or what does this do. Those are all valid questions for you to progress. And it holds damn near everything. Okay, all right, good. Yeah, so calculator is massive. Duly noted. We end up with that, and there's function inside. So, how do we want to do this? There is, it's 2 by 2. That's the remaining one, and this holds function with its stuff and then the curliness next to it. Right? Yeah, that is what we want. Nice. Beautifully executed. Not beautifully executed, but tolerable. So all of this noise goes in here. Well, if it's any consolation, I already feel like I understand this calculator 1,000 times better, even in tonight's, I don't know, hour of confusion than I have for the last, like, 10 days of just needless struggling. What's the best way to level all these guys? Aha. And shift and tab. Yeah, good, good, good. Oh, no, we don't want that because screen is its own beast. Command Z. We'll get there. We'll get there. So screen has all of its own noise that it has to oversee. I'm actually going to set the handle click down below. Cut. God, I hope that's okay that I'm setting it down below. I know a lot's going to change, but right now, like, it's still... Maybe it's not still tied to anything. Maybe it won't be an issue. Where we're going, we don't need roads. Sorry, just reflecting on life. Good, good, good. Which means utility is going to be somewhere in here. What is this? Who does that belong to? Calculator. Right. That belongs to calculator. As it should. Okay, we've got a handle. Handle click. That's the end of that. Utility will be dealt with in the near future. Good, good, good. What is down here? Just a bunch of sadness. Let's just get rid of all of that noise. I don't think that's helping anybody. Let's just come to terms with what we have to do. And I think now is the time to destroy the original calculator. You can send it straight to hell. Boom. That's right. Calculator from hell is gone. Now we are simply left with the magical calculator. Ddddd. Dem. Topher says there is an issue. Topher, you have a syntax error. Dum. Line 121 belongs to screen. Deem. Line 121, yeah, we only go to 53, but now line 44, 55. Oh, right, it belongs to screen because calculator is its own scary, sad beast, and this needs to go here. Cut. I thought handle click was its own IIFE as well, but it's definitely not. It is definitely not. cut. This goes to stream. There we go. That's better. Deem, 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 deem. I wonder if a linter would help. Yeah, well, with all the cats, I mean, there's just a lot of fur. It's really hard to prevent. But, you know, we try our best. Dusting helps. We're not talking about the cats. Fun, though. It was a good attempt. But yes, linter for the code. Yeah, I don't even know where to begin or how to implement or even really the benefits of a linter. Isn't it where it kind of helps piece all my syntax together? Like it sort of checks my shit for me, for lack of a better phrase. Deem, 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 deem. Right, so I was, this also, it's fantastic having the guide and me sort of stumbling through it at my own pace because I can see, like, the scope and the scale of where things fall and how they interact, this was exactly what was missing and what I was struggling with for the last 10, close to 10 days, I think. I don't even know how long I've been working on this project. The last week and a half or more, has just been kinda chaotic, so that's why the stream has been so damn quirky. But anywho, so this is good. Topher, it yells at you when you do dumb things. Oh shit. So it's like Nightbot, but for programming. Awesome. That's exactly what I need. McGreenberg, it enforces good coding practice. Kinda like Nightbot enforces good Twitch behavior. No emotes, no capital letters, and no links. God. Alright. Good, good. I'll be sure to find one that's less aggressive than Nightbot. Maybe Better Twitch TV has their own linter we can implement. So we were dealing with scale. I at least wanted to kind of get not even the nitty-gritty of the if statements and stuff like that, or even everything that is needed, but really just I wanted to see the core of the calculator sort of established. And I think I can do that all tonight. We're pretty close. I think we've made it through the majority of the confusion. We did need to set up, so the next bit wasn't just, it had to do with clear. It was the initial memory at the top having to deal with calculator. That's how we fell down this portion of the rabbit hole. I guess we can get rid of update as well. There's that. So for the command find in the upper right of the Chrome window, we just cleared that noise. So math operators. We'll call it operators. Calculadore. Variable. Operator. Operator or operator? Operators. I want it to be single though, because when I go to reference it... No, just do operators. Equals... Deem. 2 plus... Oh. Now, question, I see... Oh, as I'm totally struggling to type these out. Now, I did notice, yes, plus, minus, multiply, and division. I've just noticed because it's JavaScript and commenting with asterisks and a slash, if we had it before, I kept running it into my code, slash and an asterisk beforehand, it comments out between here and there. I hope it's okay. And same thing if it's slash asterisk Oh, well, later on, if it somehow if I didn't have this one. Wow, interesting. It doesn't trigger it. But it does the other way. I wonder if that's an Atom issue. What do you know? Anyways, well, I kept running into quirks with those, with the slash and the dash, either triggering or canceling my multi-line comments. So I'm gonna give I'm gonna space those. Not necessarily space with a physical space, but I'm gonna have the minus key between them. Those two can't sit next to each other on this car ride. They just cause problems. So, we've got that. We need a variable initial. I think we're just gonna call it initial mem. Yeah. Cool. You know, are we really saving anyone? Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. Initial mem works. I can live with that. Some curliness. Yeah, what's going down? Ddddd. Yeah, that. Go for no fun. McGreenberg. I don't use Atom, or I would tell you how to integrate one. Topher. That's at least 2 streams right there. Just getting a longer setup. Oh my god. Just getting a linter setup. Yeah, that would. The first stream would be just exclusively me crying at my keyboard for about 50 minutes as I don't know how to implement it. McGreenberg. Well, I'll just give him a bash file. Here, PDX, download this and run it. It definitely won't add your computer to my zombie slave network. Oh, God. Alright. As long as it doesn't involve me going into terminal, I'll need to have. That'll be. Maybe next year I can start to get more comfortable with terminal. I want to get to the point where I can start to push things to GitHub via terminal. I'm not there yet. And it's not going to happen until we break day 365. There's no way in hell we're going back into terminal. I've learned my lesson. Terminal is for the pros, damn it. You know, speaking of doing things properly, not quite pro, but properly, we should set up the following. Just want to throw out there, by convention constants, variables with values don't change are all uppercase. Really? Variable? So hold on. Just want to throw out there, by convention constants, variables with values that don't change are all uppercase. Constant math operators. Well, hey, if that, why don't I use constant instead? That's another thing I'd love to get, is learning to properly use let, although I know let is kind of a newer thing, but at least constant and variable. And I know constant is just a variable, but it doesn't, it's like locked into place for its value. It's not mutable? Well, whatever the phrasing is. Okay. Topher, I know you haven't really gotten comfortable with constant or let yet. McGreenberg, let and constant should be used, but you should. Yeah, let's go for that. I can be that guy. So anytime I see capital stuff, I can change variable to constant. So math operators are, where'd I put those? Operator. Operator. Cool. And you can be const. Fun fact, no, I never need to reference variable or anything. I just reference this and it knows what to do. Cool. So here, name song and dance. Const. Wait, how do you handle camel case if it's all capitals? Oh, you don't. You use the underscore. Very interesting. Initial underscore memory. You know, and if we're doing this, I think, yeah, we will just spell out the whole thing as memory. We're going that far. Okay. Cool. Cool. Topher, you should forget variable exists. Use constant for everything until you find something that needs to change its value. Then use let. Alright, well I think that's gonna be the high point, the moral learned from day 350 is to use constant for everything until you find something that needs to change its value. Then use let. That is today's lesson. Cool. Topher, are you going to attempt to use arrow functions as well? I don't even know. Is that this thing? The pointy arrow thingy that I saw many a times at Code Wars and didn't know what it was? Topher. Constant my function equals parameter pointy arrow thingy object stuff. Or, well, technically functiony things, but I don't think I'm ready for it. What does it do? How does one Netflix? I don't get it. Where do I put my hands when I use the arrow? I don't think I'm ready for this. Let's save the arrow for the terminal. For terminal day. I think I can wrap my head around constant. Let's do... Man. D. Oh crap, we missed one. Wait, can I set screen to constant too? Oh shit, I got so many variables. Oh, this is gonna get ugly quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know why I'm counting these. Okay, that's all of them. That's all of them. I hope all these can be constant. Okay. Crap, but what if it has to change? Like... Oh, well, like new log and new total? Those will be updated at some point. Yeah, that's gonna change, so that needs to be updated. What about document.getElementById.text content? I don't think that's changing. That's not changing. The initial memory won't change. Log isn't going to change. It's just the getElementById.log. And same with total. It's the getElementById.log referencing the text content. However, update though. New total, which will be the answer, and new log, even though they're currently empty strings, those are going to change. So I at least have 2 variables. And then the buttons event listener is simply document.getElementById main. That's not going to change. Okay, so in all of that, it's a thing. Okay, Topher, it's a function. There's some under the hood stuff with the context of this, but you don't need to go there quite yet. Its main deal is how the keyword this behaves inside. Oh, that's another thing I want to start to use more is using this dot whatever. Um Greenberg, its main deal is how the keyword this behaves inside. Also, it's less to type and can be written as a statement or an expression. That's kind of cool. So it is something handy and good to look into in the future. We'll save that for when I'm a bit more prepared and savvy to take on that skill set. But variable to constant, I can live with that. Topher, why is log and total referencing text content? Well, because originally when it was let me change this variable and variable, because I think those values will be updated. So before, I don't have my old stupid calculator to reference. Well, I mean, I kind of do. I was updating. In fact, let's see. I don't think functionality has really changed too much. I know I've added more into the mix, but the click event and what it's tied to, I don't believe has changed. Handle click, green, this, log. Oh, okay. Well, before, I think I had some other. I think I had something, and it was an array, and I was pushing. I was something dot push log earlier. and I knew log wasn't going to change at the time. So that's what I had, and it was to get it to show up on the screen in the div before, but now I've made so many changes it's kind of, I think it doesn't really apply anymore. Let's go back. Yeah, that's I think that's where that spawns from. Ddddd, although I thought there was some, I do need to bring this over to initial memory. I thought there was a bit more to it. I could have oh, here, see? Variable log equals. Oh, you don't have .text content. You cut it off right at answer. Interesting. Okay. Good to know. Which I guess makes it more flexible in the future, because I'm not always going to be referencing just the text content of it, but to do other things that I need to do. I could style it or whatnot. Noted. Good eyes. Good eyes. So, wait a second. Why is log and total referencing text content? Scrap variable from your vocab. Oh, use let instead. Bad, Steven. 25-second attention span. Bad. Gonna have to sleep in the hall for that. Okay. That's not too bad. 2 mistakes, 2 nights in the hall. I can live with that. So use let instead. Variable doesn't exist. Let. Constant and let. And only use let if it's going to be something that changes. So this is the right situation to use let. Empty strings that will be updated. Yeah. Empty strings that will be updated deserve let. McGreenberg, you should never call document.getElement by ID twice on the same ID. Crap, do I have that somewhere? Or is that just a general pro tip? You should never call document dot get element by ID twice on the same ID. Log in total. Okay. I mean, those are... log and total are separate things. Log will be the equation that is built out along the top. Plus, plus 3. Yeah, here, clear 12 plus 3. So the log versus the total. Ta-da, b-d-d-d-d-d, clear. So yeah, that's that. I still need to adjust for my CSS. Styling, it's fine, but I do feel that I should add in a second row to the calculator screen, because right now it's really only prepped for one. Based off the grid that I currently have set up for the calculator face. It's the rows that I need to work on somehow. Not sure how I'm gonna pull that off. Maybe it'll be 2 and 2, or 2 and 1, and like another screen inside of it. I don't even know how I'm gonna tackle that, but anyways, we'll get there. We will get there. Tiny cat, I need to move my legs. You're all furry and sleepy. Okay, so what were we doing? We were updating things. We were kind of making progress in a very roundabout way. We were making progress. Right, continuing on. So log, grab variable from your vocab, Topher. The purpose of those variables is to save a reference to the DOM elements to be used later. Yes, so I don't have to type out document.getElementById.log or parentheses log or parentheses total each time. I just drop in log and total, which is a very clever and efficient way of doing it. McGreenberg, you did it before preventing the habit. Okay, yes, I did reference, and I know I've also done that in all the past projects too. Projects 1 through 7, referencing the same ID, get element by ID multiple times. Oh, which is the whole point and reason you'd set it to a variable, so you just reference it once and do that instead of recalling it. I gotcha. Okay, I see. Oh, all this shit's starting to click. Fascinating. I wish it would have clicked 10 days ago when we started the calculator project, but we eventually made it here. True, it's following the guide, but still. Okay, progress is progress. Now, I was coming to terms with the initial memory. So answer 0, log 0, and I don't want to just copy this for now. I think I need the muscle memory, the physical movement to hammer this in, hopefully. Answer. Do I have answer, or am I using total? I'm using total. Total. And as similar as the projects are, I do think me trying to use my slightly different variable names is helpful in trying to make it my own memory and functionality. That way it's not just regurgitating what's on here. Although a lot of it is very similar. That little bit of resistance, I think, is helpful to some small degree. Log would be blank. I'm just gonna call it decimal instead of has decimal. Decimal. False. And reset. I don't know if we're gonna call it reset or clear. We'll leave it as reset for now. I may update that later in my own weird nomenclature. False. Which, the last one doesn't need a comma. It does need a semicolon. The almighty semicolon. Okay, we've got this. We've got that. Functiony stuff. An if statement. Here's this. We do need to include variable memory at some point, and I think we should just go ahead and cross that bridge now. Not variable. Constant. Wait. Hold on. I'm just trying to come to terms with the fact on how it's changed. So, this is really just the path on how it's handling the information. Object dot assign empty, the empty object, comma, initial memory. That structure, this idea, isn't going to change. The information inside of it's probably going to change, and that's a different situation than the empty strings. Those should be let. This, I think, could be constant, because this construct is going to be the same path every single time. The data that flows through it will be different, but this will be the same. I think. Maybe I totally missed it, but we're going to do constant memory. Constant memory equals object dot assign initial memory. Okay. Here we go. Continuing onwards. Update, new answers. Iffiness happening there. Clear. Memory object assign. We had already keyed that out up here. Copy for clear. We want this to occur. Pretty cool. As well as something similar for update. Total is that. Log is this. Yeah, we're good. New total and new log. We still have update. And we're calling update. Update will be the following. And both reside in here. Alright, so answer. Oh no, total. See that little bit of difference. I'm telling you, it'll mean something. eventually. May cause headaches, but at least I'll have to come to terms with my own beast, so to speak. Memory.total followed by log memory.log. Okay. Awesome. And that also deserves a semicolon. Return. I kind of want to knock out all of clear because it's so small and simple. Return clear. Topher, since you're reassigning a new value to memory, since you're reassigning a new value to memory inside the clear function, so inside here, it's receiving that. Memory can't be constant. Damn, okay. I thought I was thinking because it's the external kind of structure, almost like plumbing, if you will. The pipes aren't changing, but what's going through them is changing or moving, or the variable. So I thought this was rigid enough of a construct to pass through for it to qualify as a constant. But no. Wrong. Not quite. Let. Since we can't use variable, or shouldn't, it will be let. And I do see that it is being updated at other places. Maybe that's a good way to view it. If I'm ever doing equals to update it in the future or change or manipulate the data later, that can be my gauge on if it's constant versus let, or a variable. Return. Don't mind me. Clear. Did I set up? Was I doing clear or reset? I guess they're two different things in this guide. Clear. Clear. And update to. I only added this because it was so small to clear in the meantime. Continuing on. Save. So, since you reassign the new value to memory inside the clear function, memory can't be constant. Okay, we changed that to let. Good. McGrainberg, why are you passing an object to update? Why am I passing an object to update here? That would be going into update. So I'm calling update. I have an object with the curly braces, total and log, which really doesn't need to be button, which makes sense why you had it listed as data previously up here. It's a separate beast. Data. Okay. I had it tied to earlier my sad confusing calculator where it was still button content. from the past, and it was all really scary and wonky, and I was just trying to salvage the noise that I had before. So that's why it was button, but it was still in the meantime. Okay, so things to consider. Hold on. Green, why are you passing an object to update? You only need to pass the property values if you don't plan on iterating. So I could just do memory.total and memory.log. Hopefully that's true, McGreenberg. I wrote this at 3 a.m. a few days ago, so I accept a little responsibility for errors in logic. Well, yeah, no, this is still infinitely better than what I had. So all I need to do is what do I do? So if I want to pass that to new total, I would change the following. Wait, fix the indentation. It's driving me crazy. For the let, which all of the indentation is scary and sad. Which part of it sucks? I think all of it is crazy. Is there like a key command that I can do, or a clap twice, or click my heels? I don't think I need to be wearing ruby slippers to pull this off, but if there's a trick, let me know. Code re-indent command. We're gonna just Google the crap out of it. Atom.io code reformat? No, re-indent. La da 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 dee 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 bam 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 bam. How to auto indent code. Old favorite Atom tips. Probably. But I don't know what it is off the top of my head. Topher, write beautiful code the first time and you won't need a command for it. Yeah, I think I'm like a year away from being able to consistently do that. Shortcuts, and also, McGreenberg, Command Alt capital I. Well, I guess it is the capital I key. I mean, yes, so command and stuff. We're gonna also save. Command save. Oh, Command L, it is a lowercase l. I figured indent would be I. My bad. I wasn't sure. It's either capital I, lowercase l, one of those. So Command Alt. Well, I guess it would be Command Alt. There is Alt on a Mac. Command Alt L. Uh-oh. It's inching down. Highlighting line by line. Maybe it's Command Control? I'm doing Command L. Capital L. Let's do Command Alt I. Oh, it was my bad. I hit I like 6 times. I'm gonna stop touching things. I am not qualified to do this. We all know this. I should not have the keys to this operation, but I do. This is why we haven't even done the update down in the lower right for weeks. We've got 15 more days and we're just trying to barely hold it together. Which portion of the code needs to be better indented specifically? So we aren't pissing off the natives. Oh dear God. Okay, let's try... Let me try command control. The whole thing's fucked. God damn it. Alright, McGreenberg, fine. We'll keep trying. What if we do, instead of command alt option, what if we do command control? Oh, no. Yes. Wait. Yes. No. Hold on. I think I need to hit the function key to get alt to work. Command function. Command function alt L. Stack of shit. Command function alt I. God, fuck, goddamn son of a... Command Shift P, then search for indent. Okay. Command Shift P. Oh. I believe you're looking... Oh, I believe the key you're looking for is tab. Wait, hold on. I want to try... press all keys at once. Oh my god. It must be after one, because that almost broke Steven. We almost lost me just from that. Holy shit. Fuck, I can't even do it. Command tab. Oh no, god damn it. Command tab is to change programs. That's not gonna help anybody. Okay, let's follow McGreenberg's thing. You said Command Shift P and then search for it. Command Shift. Maybe it's Command Shift L. No. Command Shift I. Oh god, it's gone. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Not good. Oh, I thought I auto-quit. The whole window disappeared. Jesus. Command Shift P. No one do anything. Indent. You said to look for indent. Tab. Auto indent. Yeah, this guy. Auto indent? Toggle auto indent. Indent selected rows. Command bracket. Hold at indent level 7. I don't know what the levels are. I have zero context on what the levels mean. Window size decrease. Some other cool shit. The first one. Tab. That's it. That one? Or the first auto indent? Or technically the first auto indent? I have an editor. Or indent selected row. There's lots of first ones. In my mind. I'm gonna leave it here. The specific command, which... it is after 1:30, and I am clueless to begin with. Even when I'm clear sound in mind, auto indent. There's still two... Okay, auto indent. Auto indent. But now what do I... What's the key there is no key command for auto indent. Unless I select all. Command select all. Command Shift P. Indent. Did it change things? No. Yes. No. What do I do? Do I have to assign it a command? Dead. Okay, here. Auto indent. Use the arrow key. And then enter? It did something. I mean, it looks... looks like it's in a different place than where I left it. I guess it's better. Oh, yeah, and the function's not touching up against. Okay, well then let me get rid of all the other stupid crap that I have. There's this. Do that. 2 spaces between functions. If and stuff and constant and let can be there. And we're good. Okay, it did it. You guys are right. It did do it. Oh, holy hell. We're all gonna need therapy after this. Man, save. Save. So, let's close out of that noise. Oh, wait, that seemed like a great one. 1, 2. Not that. Not this. Let's see what happens here. Quickly indent your code, re-indent. Whoa. Oh, Control-Alt-R. Well, yeah, but what is it for Macs? Usage, Control... Control-Shift-R. Okay, cool. We did it. Oh, that's a plugin. Damn, well, son of a... Okay, at least we can do the Control-Shift-P method. And, it'll check all of our shit for us, which is nice. Okay, there we go. We are shipping. I feel like, again, we're just the base, none of the specifics of the iffiness, and even just the core functionality for the structure and the layout. I think I need to come to terms with where everything falls, and I think I'm getting there. So there's lots of stuff for update. The answer, the variables, or the lets. Yeah, the lets. That's right. Do I still... Wait, hold on. If I before I had multiple variables, constants and lets were all variables. How do I refer to them now? Do I say... I mean, constants make sense, but lets? Look, I need to update my lets? That doesn't sound right. Programmers can't be saying that. Just hits the ear really weird. I need to update my let objects? I don't know. It just, it tastes weird as I say it. Let me update my let statements? That's not a thing. My let variables. Maybe I shouldn't be worrying about that. Okay, anyways, continuing on, aside from the weird pronunciation nightmare of plurals, it's still a variable, it just uses let instead of var. Okay, so I can say I need to let me update this variable, and I just drop a let in its place. Alright, so when I'm talking with another human, or programmer, I can still say variable. Don't mind me, nose issues. Oh dear God. Oh, don't look at me. I'm a monster. Save yourselves. Okay. Oh, what are we doing? We've conquered clear. We're now into the utility section of our calculator. Still inside the screen. Function. Dam 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 dam. Dam 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 dam. Hey, Mr. Demon Wolf, how you doing? Hopefully you are doing well. We're still battling the calculator. It's been an ongoing battle. Fortunately, we're using this handy secondary guide kind of shed some light onto this needlessly confusing situation by my standards. Everyone else seems to be perfectly fine with setting up a calculator, except for Steven. Crap, you never finished the update. Wait, what? Mr. Demon Wolf. Good, just got my local to online via Nginx proxy working again. You never finished update. Is it supposed to be Zilla? When you passwording it, never mind. Wait, okay, I'm just gonna pretend that everything's great. So there's update. Yes, no, I know I never finished update in full. I'm gonna tackle all of the iffiness tomorrow. Structurally, I just want to see where the functions kind of fall, and I want to see where the key variables in the functions. I'm gonna save the nitty gritty for the little kitty. Little kitty. Let me just explain what I'm trying to. Look, I love you. You're furry and cute. I'm sure lots of people are gonna be excited to see you, but you're the destroyer of worlds, and I finally made progress after like 11 days of hell. Hey, go. Go, assume the napping position. Steven loves you. Oh, accept your furriness. Oh my god. You're so cute. And furry. Alright. So graceful. So graceful. Topher. What's going down? Something about password Topher. And the utilities are not inside screen. Thank God. So we can go outside of screen. Oh, Mr. Demon Wolf. We need a cat emote. We must have that as an emote. Alright, we will do some form of kitty emote. We need, I don't even know where to begin on that. Prepare for really shitty cat emotes, but we'll figure something out. Ugh. I can literally make a quilt with all of the cat fur that is on my tongue. If we were to just collect it all... If you send me a picture of little kitty, awesome. Can I whisper photos to people? Can I drop photos in chat? Is that a thing? Oh, no photos in chat. Boo. Way to let us down, Twitch. Topher. We need a BDX emote blowing his nose into tinfoil. We need an emote of me blowing my nose into little kitty. Just that would probably piss PETA off. You can use imager. Need a goldfish emote. We've got... Oh, send it to you via imager? Imgur? I don't even know how to say it. I give up the MIG. Short attention span. That is true. That is true. Shiny lights. Okay, Mr. Demon Wolf, we will find a way to send you photo stuff in the near future. Dear God. Let's land this bird. We're so close. We need the functions, and we need the variables, and we'll be golden. What is this? Parse calculator string? That wasn't part of the fun. Okay, you're right. This is outside of screen. This is a separate beast. We've got 1, 2, and 3 functions outside 4. 4, 5, 6. Oh my god, we're gonna die before we finish this calculator. 6. Okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. 6 functions. 6 functions outside of screen. Let's do this. Time to get weird. Functions for everybody. You get a function, you get a function, everybody gets a function. Okay, okay, good, 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 good. Now, things that rhyme with utility. Are any of these IIFEs? 1. We're gonna do copy, Command F, update. No, no, no. No, no, no. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No IIFE there. And lastly, 6. Bitchin'. We are... Oh, wait, no, that last one. No, 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 that last one's not. I'm just crazy. I'm just crazy. Okay, function. Let's do this. Let's do this. So yeah, stuff's gonna happen. There's gonna be like a word thing, and so we need 6 of these. Stuff. Stuff goes here. Good, good, good. Copy and 1, 2. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6. Fantastic. Yeah, good, good, good. Tell your friends. That's hot, that's hot. Love it. Now, we need 5 of these bad boys. Okay. Utility. Log is empty, so we're checking for something. We want log. We're gonna call it empty log for ours. Again, similar, but same but different. Empty log. Empty log. Beautiful, beautiful. Continuing on. You know what? That's a basic one. We can fire that out. We can deal with that. Oh dear God. Oh dear God. Return. Good, 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 good. Memory. Yeah. I was trying to remember if we used a different variable or not, but we didn't. We did not use a different variable. Dot log. Dot length. Oh, we're checking the length of it. Yeah, what a great idea. 0. Cool. Next, so utility functions. Checks if the log is empty and it returns true or false. Fairly straightforward. Next, we have contains math operator string. The utility function to see if a string contains a math operator. Fairly straightforward in its contains operator. Now, contains operator. There we go, there we go. String goes here. Return. Okay. McGreenberg, change change the name. Empty log sounds like you're emptying the log. Oh my god, what's wrong with that? No, is that not? We're checking to see if it's an empty log. Log is empty. Look, it's either log is empty, it's either empty log, or empty is log. These are your two choices. And this one, version 1 sounds slightly less hilarious. Alright, McGrainberg, is log empty? Alright. That is a decent counterpoint. Is log empty? And it's checking to see. Okay, fair enough. Good. So contains operator. Does that work? I'd hope so. Return should be something. Return. Crap, math operators. Did we give it? All of these need to be capitalized. All constants. That means calculator should be capitalized. Calculator. Calculator. Operators. Initial memory. Should I worry about capitalizing the keys inside of a variable or the object? Or is that a bit overkill? I feel like that's a bit overkill. Oh god. Wait, I did something wrong. Returns true or false. Son of a bitch. You're the chosen one. God damn it. What did I do? I broke something. I messed up. Didn't I? So, down here, it returns true or false. I was just following the guide. Remember, there was stuff happening at 3 o'clock. Don't capitalize calculator. Okay, fine. There. Calculator's back. Can it stay a constant? Should it be variable? Death. Alright. Continuing on. Okay, back to this. So, Topher, don't capitalize calculator. McGreenberg, look at the name. You have is empty. Oh, is log empty. Holy shit. It just... Oh my god. Damn it. It's even later. We're close to 2, I can tell, because I'm losing all inability to keep it together. Son of a bitch. Is empty log. Fuck. McGreenberg broke me. God damn it. I don't have the mental capacity to hold on. Topher. Oh shit. Because you walked away. Damn it. Is log empty? I'm trying to find my own function names and variable names that I can use to try and make it my own as I come to terms with this project. That way it's just not 100% regurgitating. Oh, too funny. Because then as I go to key things in, it makes me wait a second, go, did I use memory? Or did I use log or screen or whatever for my version of this weird equivalent nightmare? Okay. Is... That's too damn funny. Oh my god. Okay. Holy shit. Oh my god. Hey, fuck, I can't even read the chat. I want to keep reading it, but I know it's gonna make me laugh, and the missus is trying to sleep. She's gotta wake up at some god-awful hour with a recent schedule change. Oh, holy hell. Okay. Alright, keep it together, Steven. McGreenberg. not, fuck. Not is log empty. Oh, holy shit. I did have empty is log before. Lol, that's... Fuck. Damn it, it's 2 o'clock. It's a sign. I need to land this. Holy shit. As far as the Yoda emote, we should just have little kitty and Photoshop her green. We can put her in a little Jedi robe. Or just put on some derpy Yoda ears onto little kitty's face. It'll be perfect. Oh my god. Okay. Just pretend everything's fine. Everything's great. The calculator isn't falling apart. We're gonna walk out of this barely alive. That's all that's needed. Oh my god. These are such small functions that I want to build them. Okay, this has like for loop nonsense that we don't need to worry about immediately. We can deal with this. Math operators contains... And I feel like there's a net of kitty hair in the back of my throat. This is just awful. Alright. Log is log empty. God damn it. Contains operator. Return can return something. Operators. Return operators dot index of string does not equal to -1 with a semicolon. Okay, making it through this. Parse calculator. I really can't think of a better name other than that, so to make sure we don't screw up typos, we will copy that portion and still leverage string. I get the feeling both calculation and current will both be let. Let equation, that's what it's going to be for mine. Equation. We spell that right? It looks stupid to me. I think it's because it's 2 a.m. and I can't think straight. Let equation equal the empty array, followed by let current, yeah, ring? I know, current, just leave it at current. Let current equal, empty string. Okay, okay, we are going onwards. There will be, for loop hell for loop hell will occur here with some if nonsense. followed by more stuff. Okay, cool. So that's it for that one. We do make it to the calculate function. Now, did we have calculate? That was calculation. Calculate. I think I'm going to call this equals. This will be equals. McGreenberg, index of returns -1 when it does not find the matching value in the array. I do recall that little tidbit. Thank you for the reminder, though, as it was not jumping out to me quite so obviously. But yes, now that you restate it, we have used index of to track a handful of things down. Again, I mentioned the frustration on my part on how much realizing how much I have forgotten since I've used this stuff so much more frequently earlier in the years. Earlier in the year, especially at Code Wars. There were some really challenging ones, even though I was still in the early phases. For me, they were quite difficult. But some of our solutions were pretty damn clever, so I can't believe I had forgotten so much since then. But this project is good for refreshing all of that noise. Anyways, continuing on, thank you for the reminder, that little pro tip, tidbit, whatever we want to call it, Donka, McGreenberg, Donka. Now, equals something will be calc, and since that's just a parameter, I'm totally fine if we just keep calc there. That's not going to break or change anything. Variable operator. Am I going to run into issues? Yes, because up here is operators. The only saving grace that I can think of is if I change it or keep it as lowercase and do it singular operator. I'm not sure. I think because following the guide is helpful. It puts everything into perspective. Having my own labels is nice because it forces me to come to terms with it on my own, but there's a balance where if I try to tinker with it too much, then I'm gonna not be able to compare my code to the guide, and it's just gonna turn into a sad shit show, basically. Let's do math operators up here, and we'll do operators down below for the other variable. So math, even the process of coming back to change things is good. Okay, so I do think I will make it is operator. No, I'll keep it plural. I'll keep it plural. I don't want to keep it plural, but we'll do it. What do we do? What do we do? These are constant. Again, because of the structure, I know it's going to be receiving different data for A and B, and it will return different things as A and B when it gets applied, but it feels like this is a constant. I know these two are lets, but operators seems like a constant. My concern is that it's the exact same situation as before with this, where even though the structure is rigid, the data inside of it will be changing to some degree. And it should probably be let. I know I could always err on the side of doing let as a backup, as a safety net. Kind of like just going with variable. We can do. We'll do constant for now. Constant. Oliver Dunk. Hey, what are you working on? We are coming to terms with building out a calculator. We've had the HTML and the basic JavaScript. This will not be the final product. In the end, we're shooting for something similar to this. 12 plus 3, right? Your traditional calculator. Right now, this is just kind of the basic scaffolding that I set up so I could better visualize and test my JavaScript as I piece it out, or as I piece it together. It's been like close to a week or more of me just struggling with this project for some reason. Even after a year or close to a year of coding, I just, things weren't, it was the scope of the project and how all the pieces came together. So we aren't following the source code for this calculator, but we've got a secondary calculator and we're following its source code, this guy, as we kind of piece together our code from there. So yeah, it's been like, I think close to 10 days of just suffering, which is why we're using this secondary guide to help guide us. But yeah, it's going. How's your day, night, life going, Oliver Dunk? Hopefully everything is going quite well. Right, piecing out the last of the functions. So constant Oliver Dunk. So the equals function you're working on is for the equals button on the calculator. Yes, correct. I'm good, thanks. Just woke up. Awesome. Well, good morning to you. Hopefully you have an awesome day. Calculator, constant, operators. We really kind of stuck with... I'm actually going to do that and swap out for the O. There we go. So, operators. Should I set that up now? Yes, I will. Because it's important and necessary. I'm going to leave it as singular operator, though. Just to make it our own. In our own little way. There should be a comma here, and then there will be another down here. Enter and enter. We have the two following things. We've got strings for you and strings for you. Colon and colon. And this guy will end up with a comma at the end. We can take this same song and dance and shove it right down here. Now, we will do... Ooh, tough call. Okay, so asterisk first. Asterisk. Divide. Plus. Right, and now, so the cool part about this is that it is dealing with the order of operations, which I believe is actually different from the example calculator that we have. So that is kind of cool. It may be part of it. I haven't really tested. Don't really care, but it does work on this one. And this is how you pull that off. So it is kind of a neat functionality to have on our little simple calculator. Nothing says good times on a weekend like setting up orders of operation on a calculator. Yeah, look at that. This is the life I live. So, we need to set up functions and the basic equations for what's being returned within each of these. Hey, Kosi, how you doing? Hopefully life's treating you well. We are slowly making progress, shockingly, on this godforsaken calculator. It's taken long enough. What am I doing here? Ah, right, return. Return A times B. We'll space it out just for visual ease. We can basically take this and just throw it in all of them. You get a function, and you get a function. Everybody gets a function. Good. We will modify the symbols accordingly, of course. That and you, beautiful. Fan-freaking-tastic. Love it. Let's go ahead and save at least that little bit. Oliver Dunk, hopefully write a better calculator than Apple did. Interesting. Do they have issues with their calculator? Kosi, doing good. How about you? We had been really struggling with this project for just a needlessly long amount of time. So just a day or two ago, Topher did this sort of secondary guide. That way we didn't have to look behind the source code for the official project, but he set up this JS fiddle for a slightly more simplified calculator than our already simple calculator, and added lots of fun comments just for us to come to terms with what the hell we're up against. And it's really helped a lot. So we've made quite a bit of progress today. Sort of following, using this as our compass. Battle King 8. Hello to you, Battle King. How is your day / night? We ourselves are doing mostly okay. It's Steven versus the calculator, and we're surviving. I would like to know, so Oliver, you did send that link. Let's go ahead, we will look behind the curtain, check out the link briefly. We considered ES6 arrow function there. AV con arrow, E times 6. It is, we actually discussed the arrow stuff earlier in the evening. Not quite there yet. I'm not that guy. I'm not that cool. Eventually, maybe early next year, we can throw that into the mix, but I'm still an old-fashioned function kind of guy for my objects and whatnot. Okay, so what was Macrumor discussing? A bug. This is October 24th, fairly recent. A bug in the built-in calculator app. ISO 11 is getting some major attention this week, despite the fact that it's been around since OS 11 was in beta testing. Issues type 1 + 2 + 3, then equals sign in the calculator app quickly due to animation lag introduced when adding 2 or more numbers together. The result is more likely to be 24 than 6. Huh. It goes for many other calculations. Calculator ignores some inputs unless you're entering numbers slowly enough to account for the light up button animations that highlight the keys that are being pressed. Symbols do not register when tapped while a number button is still highlighted, resulting in incorrect calculations if you're inputting the numbers quickly. Reddit user Clipper describes the problem. Well, that's rather interesting. I'm not sure. Maybe ours will be susceptible to said issue, but good times. Let's close out of that. Battle King, are you new to programming? Yes, I am 350 days new to programming. So we've only got 15 more days to go to finish out our year for our exploratory journey, but it's been going well. It's quite fascinating. I'm trying to create a calculator myself, but it's really not working out for me. Battle King, I have been in your exact same position for the last, I don't know, 9, 10, 11 days. I'm going to send you these 2 links. Be sure to follow this guide to a T. All of the comments are absolutely helpful. And the thing that I found most difficult for me, because I have done a handful of projects since October, the majority of the year was going through tutorial sites like Code Academy, dabbling with Code Wars, and then following up with Free Code Camp. But since the beginning of October, we started chipping away at these side projects that Topher had set up for us. And basically since the beginning of December, which we're in mid-December now, we've been working on this simple calculator from hell, and I've been struggling. So it turned out to be more daunting for me than Topher realized, so he set up kind of a more simplified calculator with all the fun comments to help guide me along. So I'm going to send these links into chat if anyone else is struggling with that. Then you can do your thing. But here's this noise. Highly recommend checking it out. Also, if you need other fun projects to reference with instructions and other source code material, be sure to check out all of this fun that Topher has set up for me. Copy, copy, copy. Things first. Don't mind me. Just a brief minor tangent. One programmer to another. Nothing like learning together. So there's all the projects in general. Here is specifically the calculator, kind of the goal of what I'm trying to achieve currently. And the current calculator, though, that we are following, the guide, is this. And this is where all the progress, revelations, epiphanies have occurred from tonight alone. And this has been so damn helpful, is this particular JS Fiddle. So hopefully, Battle King, that can send you in the right direction. It has been night and day. It's been like 11 days of hell and then just like skyrocketed to success and understanding as I've started to piece it together. Good times. Yeah, let's close out of that noise. There's that. Back into action. Alright, so. Thanks, of course. Yeah, that, and really that JS Fiddle is... Oh, the other 2 links are just if you need additional things to gander at in your free time. But that JS Fiddle for the calculator, yeah, you're gonna be golden. Cool. Alright. Now, what are we doing? McGreenberg, living the dream. Yes, yeah, that's true. McGreenberg, let's write a calculator in C. I need to crawl first before I can walk. Technically, I still need to learn how to fall properly. I'm still working on the falling portion of my journey, not even the walking portion, or crawling. Oliver Dunk, I've been doing JavaScript for like 4 years and I still need to learn object design. Well, if it's any consolation, I just learned it tonight. So, it's nice to see that it functions very similar to most other methods where referencing, tying, and updating data from one thing to another. But I didn't realize, I'd always struggled with mixing up methods, array methods versus string methods. I'd always grab the wrong thing. I'd always try to use an array method on a string or use a string method on an array. I made that mistake constantly throughout this year. So I didn't even know objects had methods. I didn't even know that was a thing until tonight, and first one we got to experience was this. So, kinda cool. Kinda cool. Continuing on. We're so close. We just need to finish out our last two functions, well, and piece together the last one or two variables for this equals function. And then we get to sleep. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Cool. Now, hashtag sleep life. What are we doing? What are we doing specifically with the calculator? Right. New calc. That's gonna be a we aren't allowed to use variable anymore. Only constant and let. My spidey senses tell me operator will be constant. It could be let. If it blows up in our face, we can change it in the future. But in the meantime, it will be let new calc. Mainly because I don't have I can't think of a better variable name to use for R's. Although I'd like to have different ones. It's so straightforward. Kind of hard to argue with that. As well, same goes for this. Current op. So, Topher, two more object methods you should explore when you have time are call and apply. Noted. Call and apply. Or find and apply. Close enough. I don't mind. I don't know, so I think they're both right. What the hell's going on? Current OP. Focus, Steven. Current oop. Yeah, current oop. No equals. Just semicolon. My mind gets wonky this late. It's all three. It's all three. Good to know. Fun question, Topher, while you're here. No one else has said right or wrong. Operator, constant versus let. It seemed, again, going off the structure. I know the function and that isn't going to change, but I know the data that gets passed to it gets passed through that structure will change. Let versus object. I know worst case scenario I could do let, but in the meantime I'm sticking with constant till I hear otherwise. Let for those, a lot of for and if nonsense. Calc equals new calc, and new calc equals blah. The array is a constant. Yes, my spidey senses finally worked out for the best tonight. At least once. So we will have a crap ton of for and if nonsense after current, followed up by calc equals new calc. That's clack. That's gonna cause a shitstorm of problems later. Calc. There we go. And new calc will then be... God, son of a bitch, clack. God, it's really that late, isn't it? It's sometime after 2. 2:21 a.m. Oh, just tragic. For some reason, 350 days ago, I thought this would be a great idea. What did I know? Okay, so here we are. Chipping away at this. If. More if noise. Okay, so if nonsense follows that. Copy. Yeah, good. Love it. If more crap and good. Now, we come to our second to last function. Is valid calc value. Son of a bitch. Now I'm gonna have to come up with a... So, I'm just gonna do is calc valid. Is valid calc value? Checks if the value passed to the calculator is valid. I'm gonna do is calc value valid. Blah, blah, blah. Is calc value valid? Copy. We need to change it. You know what? No. I need to remember. Muscle memory is calc value valid. It can receive value. It's variable. Ooh, memory.log length. That will change, so that will be let log length. Log length. Log. Son of a bitch. Let log length equals memory dot log dot length. Okay, don't mind me, sorry, I was... God, cat, your claws from hell, why? You should be asleep. What are you doing down there? Holy God. Jesus, your fur again. She's ridiculous. Little kitty, swear to God, you will be sleeping on the floor if you don't retract your claws from my thigh. Oh, okay. Alright, here we go. So, from here, if stuff... Oliver Dunk, if you struggle remembering method names, try to include internal frame title, panel, internal frame title, panel, maximize button, painter, which is included in Java. It seems ominous, but I'm sure if I can remember that and figure out how to implement it, yes, I'm certain I will be able to piece that together, but dear God. It's a little long for a bumper sticker. I'm not sure all the kids are gonna be running to write that in their yearbooks. Internal frame title, panel, internal frame title, panel, maximize button, painter, which is included in Java. Don't ask me what it does. Okay. Topher, wait, constant. Oh crap, it's a damn. Well, okay. So it is the struct, so it's always going to be memory.log.length. Kind of like... Oh no, that's different. Okay. I thought because the length would be changing, its value will always be updated. But that's what I was struggling to grapple with on the other things before. On whether it's the structure that stays the same or if it's looking at the data that's passing through it. So constant. There's that. We're so close. We're gonna have some if noise across the board. Yeah, things get returned false, return true, so we can just drop in if. Just a crap load of iffiness. Topher, but its length in the function won't change. That's more of a scope issue than anything. Oh. Interesting. Okay, so it's more of a situational thing for why it's constant. Inside the function, as it's getting processed or checked, this value will always be constant for this this round as we do our calculation, and then we go to check its value at that point, the length of it is just going to be only that. Okay. The next time it gets called, and if there is a different length, it won't be changing throughout the function. It's not like we're going to come across this copy later on after the if statement where it gets updated to something different length, you know, +1 or something like that. That's sort of a poor example, but okay. Just going to be this, even though we may reference log.length throughout the if statement, or whatever other madness happens throughout here, wherever it is. I'm sure log.length probably pops up. Well, yeah, I see log.length, but that's different than what we're talking about. Okay, so it is constant. Cool. Good to know. For another pro tip from Topher. So yes, Topher. It will change over time, but not inside that function. Ta-da, so eloquently put. Oliver Dunk, I think he's saying that given a single value of a value, it will be constant. Yes, that is another way of stating it. Well said. So that's basically, yeah, it's just a lot of if nonsense again. The goal is to just to come to terms with the scope and like the key variables that exist within this nightmare, because the last 10 days I just haven't been able to see where all of this crap falls. So there's that. All of that noise is just iffiness, so our little placeholder will suffice. That brings us to our last one, and we already have our other function outside of the calculator IIFE, which is the handle click, which we have down here. Still inside of the encompassing IIFE, or our entire JavaScript file, of course. So here we go. This is this last little bit. Append. I can't think of a better name, so... And it's the very last one. Append and value. That's not how you spell value, but that is. Wow, ifs right out of the gate, and it's checking the other function. Memory and stuff, memory plus blah, more if statements, lots of else, more iffiness. Just a landslide of if else and returning whatever is needed, followed by return at the bottom. You know, we will make a special exception to put return this noise at the bottom. So let's drop in our if. Oh. So we're going to have a massive amount of if conditions trickling through, compiling, verifying, all the fun that would happen inside of append value, but at the end, return the following. Input append followed by clear. Be screen clear. Cool. All right. I think that covers the majority of what we're up against. I know there are things that are getting updated here, like memory dot equals value, but because it's trapped inside of the spider web of if statements, we're going to save that for another day. My only concern is that our click event isn't quite prepped to the same degree as our current one is. I can live with that, and I also need to still factor in setting up a click event for the the, what's it called? Click events for the keyboard. So wait, why did you put the if outside the function? Oh, crap. Oh, geez, I missed it. Sorry, the IFE closing bits tricked me with the scope or window of the function. Cut. There's that. It goes here. Ta-da. Let's actually get rid of the stuff goes here nonsense. We'll leave the gap. You know what? Yeah, we'll put it back for now. Ta-da, Ddddd. Let's go ahead and save. Wait, why did you put the if outside the function? No, wait, oh god. Little kitty, don't move. Ddddd. Lee ddddd. 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 Ah. This. Okay, the final return is for the calculator itself. So all of the if noise, which means let's check out this guy, which it's got the little green underline. It goes all the way to here. How fascinating. Interesting. Good to know. A hugely critical portion right at the very end. Duly noted. Look at that. Return goes there. So that's after all of the fun of those 6 functions. And the screen itself. Does the calculator return the following? Okay. We can re-evaluate our handle click. I really just think it's the fact that we have it as event versus just the letter E for our stuff. And then we will need to also add in the key commands for the event listener. But again, we can cross that bridge tomorrow. At least now I can see the scope and where things fall and how things function inside of our calculator, which is quite fascinating. This is an entirely different beast than what I was trying to set up for the last 10 days or something like that, over a week. Way cool. Let's go ahead and save. So we've got constant so we have our whole IIFE pulling all of our calculator all the way down here, our entire program. But inside of that, we have our calculator itself as an IIFE, which goes all the way just above the last handle click. So down here, inside of the calculator, we have our memory, but we have our screen IIFE function, which holds update, clear, is log empty, no, update and clear. And that ends the screen portion for the screen IIFE function. And then continuing with the rest of the calculator inside, we have the remaining 6 individual functions. Is log empty contains operator, parse calculator, string, equals, which performs the calculation, as well as is calculator value valid, and append. All of that comes to an end for the calculator function, IFE, and it's followed up with returning. Well, the return is within calculator. Ta-da, there's that last little portion, but it ends on that. And then we have our event listener and the handle click function. Cool. Okay. Topher, line 26 is another if statement outside a function. Damn. Ddddd. Line 26. Son of a... Bad Steven. Bad Steven. That's a third night I'll be sleeping in the hall for a third mistake. Death. Cut. Okay, okay. But that's better. Oh, alright. Any other issues, I think, can be sorted out tomorrow. Man, save, save, save. Let's go ahead and we can at least refresh. I'm sure there will be errors because there's all kinds of fun stuff happening. We've got functions that we're calling and referencing that don't have any info like tied to them yet. Well, I'm certain I missed stuff and things. What line are they referring to? Expected. Oh, I guess that deserves a semicolon. Save, save, save. Does it deserve a semicolon? No, it's an object. It deserves a comma. That's what's going on. Save, save, save. There we go. Refresh. And then line 25. Oh, we'll tackle this tomorrow. Yeah, the if statement. No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. We're gonna live. We're gonna be fine. Handle click function calls screen, which does not exist in that scope. That's right. It should be calling calculator input. You're absolutely right. We could, I was going to worry about tying that in tomorrow, but that doesn't make sense to wait. Calculator. And you said it should be calling handle function calls screen, which doesn't exist in that scope. Calculator does exist. Dot input. Ddddd. Where does the input bit go? Oh, because we set up all the fun stuff before. So we can just do calculator dot input, which would be, where is it? At least I think we did. Maybe I did. It's so late. I should save this for tomorrow. It's pushing that to calculator. Clear. Ring. Hold on. Maybe it is just calculator input. I think I'm just crazy. Yeah. Refresh. Line 25, still having issues. if and stuff, that's okay. Aha! See, this was the bit that I was gonna deal with tomorrow, but no, do it now. Topher's right. Conquer it now. So there we had event target does not equal current tag and node names. It does equal button. We can get rid of console. Did we get rid of console log? Yeah. We'll change it to something else. But, calculator input here. And we can change the ease to events. And that's what we want to do. Ease to event. That's what it is. See? Ta-da, Topher. And Topher just wrote it all out. Calculator.input, event.target value, or event.target text content. Oh, wow, and you cover both with or. You're that guy. You're so awesome. Covering all the bases. Crazy. Which means we could also do this. Copy. And drop that in the console log. We could just leave event content, because that's, or text content, because that's what we've got, but whatever. So, save. Finally, again, refresh. Now, true, we still have all the sketchy if statements there on line 5. Again, we don't have any, we're passing a lot of info to a lot of dead ends, so there's bound to be the errors, but everything up to that point, considering where things stand, should be good for now. We'll be sure to chip away at the rest of this tomorrow. Topher, this says so calculator.input.event.target.value or event.target.text content. This says call the input method of calculator and give it the current target's value or the text content if value is not set. Okay, and once more, this says call the input method of calculator and give it the current target's value or the text content if value is not set. Good times, good times. We are going to save, back out of this. Don't mind the red, it's just the calculator's tired and we get to polish it up tomorrow even more. We get to fill out all of the fun if conditions, come to terms with how everything else works even more, in even more detail. So that's that. Thank you again for the outstanding guide. It truly helped. The stripped down version, seeing the scope of where everything falls and how it all fits together. This was huge. So thank you, Topher. And everyone else, let me back out into Codecademy. Let me put, or not back out into Codecademy, into GitHub. Let's push this to GitHub. Time, right? Yeah. Time for sleep. Can't believe this calculator. I've done more super late night, super long streams. Although I had made more progress today than I have the last 10 days with this thing, so. Okay. There we go. What did we do? We started over. Much better. There we go. Copy. There we go. Fantastic. Commit to master. Push. Yeah. Nice. Refactoring. or resolving deltas. Close out of that noise. We can close that out, verify everything got updated. Repositories. Where the hell? Simple calculator. 11 seconds ago. Oh, victory. Thank God this calculator's finally on the decline into OBS. Thank you again to anyone and everyone who stopped by to view the stream and or assist today. We had, it was sort of a silent beginning. We had chat issues, but we had McGreenberg, Topher, McGreenberg, Topher. Whom else did we have? I know there were more. Mr. Demon Wolf, as well as Oliver Dunk and Kosi. Oh, bros before. Hey, didn't even see you chime in. Good to have you. Battle King 8 and whom else? And that was about everyone. Also, thank you to anyone else who may have accidentally stumbled in to view the stream. Any and all views are greatly, greatly appreciated. In the meantime, day 350 comes to an end. However, the adventure continues tomorrow with day 351 of the year of streaming and learning to code. In the meantime, we are stopping the stream. Are you sure you want to stop the stream? Hell yeah. Kill it.